respected principal sir, teachers, and all my fellow mates. Good morning to all of you. Myself, Nidana Siddiqui from BA first year, and on the auspicious occasion of National Education Day, I stand before you all to express my views on a great leader, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. There are some personalities whose light doesn't fade with time, but continue to guide generations long after they are gone. One such towering personality is Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, a reformer, a philosopher, a freedom fighter, and above all, the architect of modern Indian education. Today, as we celebrate National Education Day, we are not only paying a tribute to a man, but to a vision that placed the lamp of knowledge into the hands of every Indian so that ignorance and inequality could not darken our nation's path. Maulana Abul Kalam Azad was born on 11 November 1888 in Makkah into a family of deep religious learning. From his childhood, he was immersed in knowledge, mastering Arabic, Urdu, Persian, and philosophy. But what made him extraordinary was not what just he learned, but what he thought. He questioned, he reasoned, and he believed that education is not a privilege for few, but a birthright for all. He used his pen as his weapon, and through his famous journal Al Hilal, he ignited the mind of youth, teaching them that education is not political, but it is intellectual. When India finally won independence, he took the immense responsibility of shaping our newly born nation's education destiny as the first education minister of India. He laid the foundation. He laid the foundation of modern Indian education system. He built institutions that still stand strong today. The UGC, the Indian Institute of Technology, the Indian Institute of Sciences, the Sahitya Academy, the Lalit Kala Academy, all bears the stamp of his vision. Maulana Azad once said, educationists should build the capacity of spirit of inquiry, creativity, and moral leadership among students. For Azad, education was not just about producing workers for economy, but building citizens for democracy. He envisioned India, which was scientifically strong, culturally rich, and morally independent. He he championed women's education at a time when society often denied it. For him, no nation could rise to greatness until their mothers were educated, for it is in the mother's lap that the first lesson of life are learned. He promoted vocational and technical education for